Okay, I'm here with Irene, who is somebody I know to some extent or other, so welcome.
Hi, Christine.
Hi. And we're going to just kind of, like I was saying, we just dive in and we haven't had much of a preamble. So the context here is the pandemic and anything that might be provoked from the pandemic, and then how it's trickling down and impacting you, good, bad, or ugly. And then depending on, what you bring into the session, we just find our way in terms of what seems the piece of inner work to do. So
Great.
you can go ahead and ramble.
Yeah, well, this pandemic is unsettling for sure. It's I'm trying to stay really positive. I guess that's, in my household, we're all trying to hold a very positive space and not go into panic or, any negative thoughts about this. And I understand there are people who are, dealing with very difficult situations around this. I am very fortunate because I have a job still, and I'm still earning an income. So I do have a sense of stability and security, and I'm really grateful for that. I'm also, so I teach, and I'm on sabbatical this year. So I've got a little bit of time to, my time is my own. I can organize my time as I want. So, it's giving me a little bit of freedom to work around how I spend this time that we're isolated. I don't have little children to take care of, so I'm not doing the whole teaching at home thing. And so it does free up time for me that other people don't have.
Mm-hmm.
So all those things are really good. And I'm healthy. I'm still healthy, so knock on wood. There are a couple other things that are sort of issues that I've had recently where I have broken my arm. So I'm in rehab with my arm, and that's causing me some problems. So I'm having to take time out every day to do rehab work on my arm. And also I'm a little bit overwhelmed with my sabbatical work because I'm behind because of my arm. So those are kind of the only real issues that I'm experiencing right now with this time. And, it's interesting because I'm very spiritual, and I keep reading a lot about from, spiritual teachers that I get a lot. There's so many Zoom
It's
meetings and
amazing what's
sessions
out
and
right now.
workshops. Oh my gosh. It's like my emails are flooded every day, and it's overwhelming because I want to listen to them all and I want to partake in them all. But if I did that, I wouldn't have any time to do anything else. So, but nevertheless, every once in a while I do read some of them. And so that keeps me staying positive. I know that we're entering a new way of doing things and a new way of living. And so I'm encouraged by that. I try to stay in that, focused on that. And I want to stay focused on what's good and what's positive. And I actually feel like this time is pregnant with possibilities and opportunities. That we are being given this opportunity to take time out, to reflect, to do all things we didn't have time to do, to look at things differently, and so I really want to use this time effectively to grow, but I'm scattered because of it, because I want to use this time to grow spiritually, to grow in my work, and to grow in so many different ways, to spend time with my grown children, to grow my relationships, there's so many things that now what I've done is, instead of just being with this time, I've filled it up again with all these things that I want to do. I want to do art. I want to, so it's now become a little bit overwhelming with all the good stuff that I want to do. And I read a quote the other day that really hit me, and it was by Kaufman, who's a creativity guru. And he said, self-actualized people don't sacrifice their potentialities in the service of others. Rather, they use their full powers in the service of others, which is an important distinction. You don't have to choose either self-actualization or self-transcendence. The combination of both is essential to living a full and meaningful existence.
Nice.
So that's what I want to do. You know, I want to use this time to transcend and to actualize, to self-actualize, and to use everything in my toolkit, you know, to make the best of this time. So
good. I think I got it.
okay.
And what I mean by that is, yes, I got the context and everything you shared, and thank you for that. But I also kind of just wait till I get an impulse about what kind of thing to do, right? To kind of meet with it. I could bring out a shifted map. I could do various things. There's two things I'm feeling for you. And they're actually kind of the same thing, but they're just different approaches. One is doing a body talk session with you, because I can just feel a lot of the body stuff, and a lot of back to the feeling of the scattered, right? So the being pulled in multiple directions, and kind of a feeling of not grounded. As much as there's talk of spiritual, the spiritual, always the link is the now, right? Like getting grounded in the breath and really settled in the swirl sort of thing. So I'm just feeling that desire to want to help with the settling of the swirl. And so one way is doing a energy work session. The other way is a different approach of doing that. And there's a couple of sessions already in the private sessions that I've been, not private because they're public, but the one-to-one sessions I've been doing with people. There's inquiry. I think I'm going to do that with you, Irene. At least as a starting point. We'll see if I get the impulse that we should do the other route. We'll do that. You probably won't intellectually know what I mean by all of that, because you might not have seen those things, but how's that land for you? Are you willing to trust me to go with this thing that I think we should go with?
With energy work?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to do an inquiry process.
An inquiry, sure.
Yeah, which basically
that resonates with me.
Yeah, okay, because basically at its roots, it is energy work. Yeah, I could do a full-on energy work session with you too, but I think I'm going to do this route. Okay, one sec. I'm just getting my tablet ready, and I'm going to share screen. This will be, yeah, this is, I'm just getting the inspiration, which is, this is the one to do, because if I do the other one, that comes attached to me, right? But if I do this with you, it's kind of teaching you how to fish. And same thing for others observing this, teaching them how to fish with their own stuff. So, okay. Are you seeing the sketchbook?
Yep.
Okay,
yes,
good.
I am.
Okay. So all we do, let's just take a couple of deep breaths. I'm just going with the blank sheet of paper as opposed to a template, because this is very emergent. And we just enter through you. So just both of us take a couple of deep breaths to help us shift our state. And we thank the left brain and all the sharing that we did in that way, cognitively back and forth about the story and all the different elements of it. And we just do a little bow and thank you to it. And now with that having passed, and we know that we're going to settle in and do this, just a couple of deep breaths. As you breathe in, just settling of the system and just getting into the now here, aware of your body and your seat and sitting here in front of the computer and whatever might be surrounding you. I'm doing the same thing on my end, kind of getting my head out of this virtual environment as much as possible, even though we're still in it, but kind of back into my body at the same time. And I'm aware of the land underneath me, and I can hear the lawnmower going somewhere. It's a beautiful spring day here. And as you're just settling into your system, I just want you to just become aware of what's present. And as we do this, it's just whatever kind of arises, just go with what arises. There's a inherent wisdom in it, and it's beautiful. Every time this is done, every time we do inquiry, it's different because our moment is different. And it leads us, this is a way to tap into our larger intelligence, our larger system, larger consciousness system, and see what it wants to communicate with us. So let me stop my yattering and just see what's coming up on your end. What do you notice as you kind of settle into this moment? It might be a body sensation, a feeling, an emotion, anything.
Yeah, I'm feeling energy around my heart and my throat chakra areas.
Okay.
I'm feeling myself going in there and out of my head, because I think I get into trouble when I go into my head too much.
So I'm just gonna, I'm just kind of drawing it out. We got the head in here and we got the brain, the mind doing its thing. So you're aware of that because that's where we kind of entered in, right? With the whole list of stuff that's up. And then as we started to breathe and I started talking about the now, you started to kind of come down the spinal cord here. I heard you say heart first, so you came into that heart, and you use the chakra energy center language, so great. We got that's our fourth chakra. And then the fifth also popped up. So tell me the feelings. We've got heart, throat, and mind going on. So before we move on, just to this awareness of heart, throat, mind, just acknowledge it. Like, hey, I see you, heart, throat, mind, everything going on, these three things at once. Welcome. And as you just welcome it, sometimes something happens as you acknowledge it, you be present with it. Sometimes you just need to continue to acknowledge and be present. So what unfolds from here?
Well, the heart is where I live, and the throat is the expression of that. And the mind is some is
So I'm going to stop. So I'm going to stop you.
yeah.
So the mind is analyzing right now, right? So the mind got presented with this picture and these three things and went, isn't that interesting? Tried to like calculate it, right? So all we're going to do is go, thank you, mind, right? Just seriously, like acknowledge that mind. That mind is amazing, right? That mind, thank you very much, mind, right? That mind is doing its darndest for you to try to understand everything, right? So acknowledge it and thank it. Say, literally, thank you, mind. Thank you, mind, for working so hard to try to analyze and figure things out for me. Thank you. And as you bow to it, and it's underneath that, my non-dual teacher Pamela always says this, right? Underneath is just love. The mind actually has a heart. You say you live in the heart. That is actually love, that mind trying to see stuff and figure it out analytically, right? So just thank it for its love. Thank you, mind, for showing up. Thank you for your love.
It's like it wants to be part of this.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it wants to be part. It wants to come and play with us, and so it's like a little. Sometimes I look at it like like a little kid that's just kind of jumping up and down and say, "Pay attention to me."
Yeah. So just say back to it, yes, you can come play. I'm paying attention. You're not going to be excluded from the play. See how it responds. That sweet little kid jumping up and down. I just want to get involved here. I want to play.
Yeah. All of a sudden it's quiet.
Yeah.
It's like, it's okay.
Yeah. So just needed
a little. Got what I wanted.
Just needed a little acknowledgement, right? Just needed a little reassurance that you're not going to just push it aside, that it gets to be involved and it gets to play too. Yeah. We're making some room for some other aspects of you, right? The mind is one way of it's wonderful with its strategizing and all that understanding ability, but it's not the only show in town here. So it's like, you're not going to be excluded. You can come play. Good. Okay, so just breathe into that. Breathe into that quiet mind that happened as you acknowledged it.
I see it eating a lollipop.
Aw. Okay, so it just wanted a little lolly. It gets to play, so good. So it's happy. It's got its lollipop. It hasn't been excluded. Sweet. And as you're aware of the mind licking away its lollipop, and just continuing to just breathe and just be curious and aware and just see what unfolds from here. It might be with the mind, it might be something else. So now what unfolds?
Okay, now we can get some work done. Now that's the left brain, but I know, but it's like the heart now is like, okay, now we've got the mind is quiet.
Okay,
So,
so that's great. This now you're getting here. So just like the mind has a heart, the heart
the
has a
heart has a
mind.
mind.
Yeah. So now the heart mind is going, now we can get some work done here. Yeah. Good. So just bow to that. That's heart in there that's like rolling up its sleeves.
Yeah. I didn't know the heart had that characteristic.
Yeah. Yeah. Funny, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. The heart has a mind. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got its mind. I'll draw a little brain over it. This little thing with two spheres is supposed to be a little brain. That's the brain of the heart. Okay. So just see what unfolds as you recognize the heart, or sorry, the brain, the mind in the heart. What's the heart do, or how's it respond as you acknowledge its mind in there?
Well, it's feeling very expansive. It's starting to expand.
Nice. So welcome that. Expansion, you are welcome.
How far can you go?
Ooh, goosebumps. So just bow to that. How far can you go? Says that heart. And maybe just allow that, right? What if it was to just expand, let it release and go as far as it wants to go? That big heart, expansive, letting it uncontract and just expand.
There's such a beautiful, calm quality about it. It's it just is, it doesn't have to do anything.
Exactly. Just be there. Thank that. Welcome that. That beautiful, calm is that being. And just be there. All this frenetic stuff going on, doing, stretched all over the place. It's no, you can just be in this beautiful calm and being. So just merge with that being. Yep, go ahead. What goes from here?
Yeah, I want to be able to trust that, that
I think
Um,
the mind or something just kicked in. So
yeah,
somebody kicked in and says, as soon as that starts to unfold, it says, ooh, I want to trust that. Not so sure I do. So to that just popped up, I want to trust that. Just bow to it. Just acknowledge it. I see you there. That part that's, I just want to trust this.
yeah. It's like the sitting in the beingness of that and the stillness of that um, is is wonderful. But the mind's kicking and saying, "Yeah, but then you won't get anything done." You know,
Aha. Okay. Yeah. So we just thank it for sharing. Thank you for popping up. And we'll just say, is that true? It
yeah.
might
Like
think it's
how might I stay in that stillness and carry that, live from that place, carry that throughout the day and just live from there and trust that everything's going to unfold as it's supposed to, and just enjoy being in that space, and that things are going to align for me in that space. It's like I meditate and so I meditate in the
let me
morning.
stop you, stop you,
Mm-hmm.
stop you, stop you, stop you,
Yeah.
stop you.
Okay.
Okay. So all valid, all totally valid. So let's bow to that mind aspect, that once the calm and the stillness starts to show up, it's okay. It kicks in, it goes, I want to trust that, but I'm not sure we're going to get things done here. And I'm not sure I'm going to go into alignment. And yeah, I can do all this meditation stuff, blah, 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 but, right? So just bow to all that, saying, thank you, mind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All valid points. And let's go back to that being, back to that stillness. And just see what unfolds from there. There may be an answer in some form or other from the stillness.
Yeah, everything's there already.
Yeah. Okay, good. So it's saying, it's okay. It's okay. Everything is here already. How does the mind respond to that?
It's a little freaked out.
Yeah. Okay, so let's bow to the freaked out. Valid reaction, mind. We're getting into the non-dual here, and its wisdom is, from the non-dual perspective, everything is already here. But that's a really different place from where you operate, mind. We get it. So it's okay if you're freaked out. Freaked out, you are welcome here. Just tell it that. It's okay, freaked out. See what happens as you give that love to the freaked out and give that allowance to the freaked out.
I need another lollipop.
Okay, so you go, here you go, sweetheart. Give it another lollipop. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. So there's your
It's
other.
going to be high on sugar.
Well, step by step, right? We can start with lollipops. Eventually that might be a problem, but it's okay for now. That's a pretty easy ask. There you go. You get another lollipop, sweetheart. Yeah. That freaked out. Yes, you can have a lollipop. Yeah. So just let it, give it the lollipop, and just let it savor and enjoy it, and just be loving and sweet and go, yes, 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 sweetie. There's your lollipop. I know that this everything is already there stuff is a little freaky. That's a little unsettling. So it's okay, sweetie. Here's the soothing lollipop. Happy to give you a lollipop. You work so hard. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm in a meeting. Sorry.
They want a lollipop too. You're handing out lollipops.
Yeah. So my
Just notice what happens is you give a lollipop to the freaked out. We're not making anything happen. We're just seeing what happens as we follow here, right? And so we're authentically giving it, you are, I'm just helping. You're authentically giving it the lollipop. See what happens when you give the lollipop to the freaked out, to that reaction in the mind. It's like, I'm going to need a lollipop, and then you give it to it. What happens now?
well, there's peace and calm, and I'm feeling like a like the wise grandmother sort of, that it's not it's I kind of understand that, you know, my child needs attention, but I can be um, just, grounded and understanding that, um, there's a bigger picture here, and that we all need um, love and and attention, and that's okay. And whew,
So welcome the grandmother, the wise grandmother that has that grounding and understanding and bigger picture and knows that we all need love and attention and it's okay. Welcome that aspect. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bow to that ancient grandmother wisdom. Whew, I just got goosebumps all over. Ooh, yummy.
yeah, that's something I'm working with. That that wise,
So
older
don't work with it.
crone.
Blah 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 blah. That's up here. That's the now the mind's gone. Oh yeah, I read about that crone stuff. So thank you the mind. Thank you mind. You're right mind. This is the crone stuff you've been reading about. Good. But go back in. Go back in. Wise grandmother is here, embodying. Right. It's showing up. This ancient energy is showing up right now, Irene, through with you. It's not up there in the head, although there's an aspect of that has read about this and researched it and appreciates, but go back into that and feel where that's emerging, that wise grandmother and that peace and calm. Oh.
I feel very connected to this spirit, and I feel um, I can be guided by it, and that it's there to guide me and um, to
So
be the container for me.
beautiful. So thank you. This is a spirit guide that's shown up. And there's this feeling of this container that the spirit guide is bringing. So bow to your spirit guide of wise grandmother archetype energy, very ancient, deep, powerful energy that is showing up here. Give it its respect, her due, her dignity, her reverence. Wow, look who's showing up here. Like, bow to this. and check to see if a merge is allowed. Is it okay for you to merge into her field and actually become that wise grandmother? See if that's what wants to happen here. It might be something else, but sometimes there's a merge. So just see.
Yeah, I'm feeling it already.
Okay, so just yes, yes, yes. Welcome, welcome to the merge as we feel the wise grandmother energy just embracing, and you're merging. No longer, you don't even know where you begin and she ends and all that. You're becoming her. So get right on in there and be wise grandmother. Whew. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this energy showing up. So beautiful. Talk about divine feminine.
Mm. Yeah, it feels very, very large, very big arms.
Go with that. Feel that largeness.
It's embracing me with,
Big
she's
arms.
embracing me with her arms. Feels very good.
Yeah. So just take that in.
Yeah.
Embraced.
Ooh.
So just stay with this. This may be it. This is perfect to merge. But again, if she's got arms, jump on in there and get in her and be the arms. Be the wise grandmother energy with those arms that are hugging your 3D you. Try that perspective.
It was very, very flowing and not static at all. Like very, there's movement and there's flowing. Like a, I don't know if it's wind or water, but there's this flowing quality to it.
So thank you, thank you, thank you. You are welcome here, flowing. You are welcome here, movement. Have them flow and move through you. You are it.
Yeah.
See what arises from here. If anything does, it's fine. If it just stays where it is.
No, it just feels good.
Okay, just feel that goodness. Feel that. Like soak that up. Like, ah, this feels good. Feel that. Be flowing, be moving, feeling good.
Yeah, it feels very feminine,
Mm-hmm.
very lots of love energy.
So just be that. You are welcome here, feminine energy. I am feminine energy. I am flow. I am movement. Being that, how good that feels.
Mm.
Yeah, there you go.
I feel like I just entered the flowing energy of the universe.
You did. So tell me about it. Keep being the get in there. Yeah, yeah. So bow to that entering of that flow of energy in the universe, and thank her. Wow, are you getting, and me, we're all getting via what you're doing, right? Being the flow of the energy of the universe. How cool is that? Wow.
Mm. Pure consciousness.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm. I'm aware how full the silence is.
Nice. Bowing to that full silence. Full silence, you are welcome here. As we contrast that with what you came in, with the scatteredness and all the pull happening in the swirl, whoa, now here you're been given the gift of full silence.
Yeah. I can definitely create from this space.
Mm.
And not even create as a verb, but create as a noun. I don't know. Just
Yeah, yeah,
be
yeah.
be a creator, just co-creator.
Whew.
Doesn't even require doing anything.
Bow
Just
to that. Bow to
being
that.
being
Yes.
being a creator is just being who you are, being the essence of who you are
Yeah.
is being a creator.
Okay, I'll put that, the essence of who I am. So we got the mind a little bit watching that. So we thank the mind, like, you got it, mind. You totally analyzed that right. Good job. Excellent. And the other part of it is go in and be the co-creator. Be in that place. The mind's analyzing it, which is cool. That's fine. That's what the mind does. Give it another lollipop. Good job, mind. Right? And then go back into being that co-creator in it, not outside of it, looking at it, analyzing it, in it. That essence, be that essence. You're the co-creator, and you're a noun. You're not a verb, you're a noun. Be the noun. So I think that's the work, right? That's what you've just shown, right? Is when you flip out into that mind place, give it a lollipop, love it up, come from wise grandmother energy. Oh, it just wants attention. It wants love. Everybody wants that. It can give that to it. And then your job is pop back in, get back into being the noun of the co-creator. And from that place, what unfolds is you co-create with the universe. Got a totally different feel, not a frenetic feel, right? Very different. That calm, that peace, that expansion.
You know, it's calm and peaceful, but there's this energy and there's this bright light in it that's pulsating, and it's just full of energy, and it doesn't have to do anything. It's just there. It's just pulsating, and it's just so full of life and energy, and it's right inside the right inside the core, inside the this this whole big energy that I am.
Mm. So bow to that as it's shown you the way here to this co-creation noun, this being place that's full of energy. It's calm and quiet and silence and still, yet also full of energy, full of life. It's not the void place. This is a creation place. You being such a creative person, right? This is showing you a new way to do that creation and that energy in this calm, still place.
I just got an image of a witch kind of with a cauldron and just making some potion.
Yeah, great. So thank that. Oh, there's the witch.
There's the container. Just I'm in there making my brew.
Brew.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm concocting something in there.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the witch's brew here. Candle stirring it up. So bow to that. Ah, the witches. The witch's brew.
Well, that image does resonate with me.
Yeah, of course it came. So we bow to that wisdom again, talk about ancient archetype, right? So bow to that that witch's cauldron, that brew, that potion. Universe has got a sense of humor too, so it's playing. It's like, you got it, girl. You're a co-creator, just like the witch's brew. Go brew up some magic.
Yeah.
So thank him for that.
So it's brewing in there. It's brewing in there. It's not quite ready, but
Yeah.
there's something good. There's something really good. And I can't rush it.
Mm. So if you're not rushing, what are you doing?
I'm just stirring it.
Huh.
Maybe adding some things to it.
Nice. So it's reassuring you all this stuff about the sabbatical and your project and what's happening, right? It's like, you got a cauldron brew and here are potions being made, and your job is to just stir and add
Mm,
and
that's
be.
that's a great metaphor. It's a great image.
Yeah, came out of your wisdom. The universe gave it to you. Perfect. It is a great metaphor. Thank it for that. Thank you for the perfect metaphor for me. It's meeting you right where you're at, and it's reassuring you. You're just stirring and adding here.
Yeah.
Continue. It's brewing. All is well.
And I don't have a recipe. I don't, there's no recipe book. So I gotta just count on the universe is gonna give me the ingredients as I go.
Okay, so mine is going, wait a second. I don't have a recipe. Nobody gave me a recipe. So go back in
But
the
that's okay.
co-creator.
I don't care. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
care.
yeah. Yeah, the co-creator's okay. So as you flip between it, right, go back in there and be it. What does it say to the mind or whatever it wants to do? How does it want to respond to the mind? Thank you, mind. Going, recipe, please.
Yeah, I'm creative. I don't need recipe book.
There you go.
I never use a recipe book anyways in real life.
Well, why would you start now? Good. So if you're not using a recipe, what are you doing?
I'm testing things out. I'm I'm staying aware as to what things come across my path that might be useful in this potion that I'm making. And I'll know if it's goes in the pot or not. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be yummy.
Excellent. So on that note, let's just bow to it. Thank you to this intelligence that has shown up, all the various intelligences that have showed up, right? For you to merge with and find that co-creation, that noun ability, that you're in a process here of creating this magical potion, and it's gonna be yummy. It's brewing, so it's gonna take a little more. We're here in linear 3D time, so it's gonna take some time, but you're just using your creativity. You don't need a recipe. You're just testing. You're staying aware of useful things there, and you're plucking them in and going, well, that goes in, that goes in. Leaving out the stuff that doesn't, knowing that it's building into a potion here. Mm-hmm. That's gonna unfold beautifully when it's ready.
So discernment is discerning what is useful and what's not to go in. and
Yeah.
just knowing the difference,
Yep. Great.
which will keep me from being so scattered.
Okay, good. And the frame on it that this is a discerning process, and check with it to see when will you know what goes in. How does that work? Is that just instinct, or go into her who knows, go into the witch? When does the witch know what goes in there?
Well, when it appears as if like magic, if it just appears on my screen or on my just in front of me somewhere, if I come across it and it's as if it's just appeared like magic, because that happens to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's happened in fact this week a few times.
Beautiful.
And I just know, like, if I don't have to push or try or make it happen.
Yep, muscle it into being, right? Doing it the doing way, the left brain way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, and so then that means if you're not doing that, you're doing what?
I'm allowing.
Yeah. Whew. Bow to allowing, bow to magic and allowing. And to just knowing.
I'm going to have to get my magic wand out. I don't know where it is. Somewhere in my drawers.
Yeah. Okay, so bowing to the latest drop that happened there. And I think we'll close it here. Bow to the whole session, thanking the mind again. The mind played an integral part. So yes, mind, you played. Thank you. See, feel that mind going, yeah, I did, holding up his lollipops. Having a good time.
We
Yeah.
went into imagination and we had some fun.
Yeah.
I really like that. I love the witch in the cauldron image.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And let's just say, because the mind is going, oh yeah, that was nice imagination. We'll go to mind. That was an imagination. That was consciousness.
Right.
That was useful, mind. That wasn't just fluffy imagination. That was useful. That was actually the universe. That was unity. That's all that is. That was divine intelligence. That was the divine feminine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, my mind's pretty happy right now.
Good. Good. So we're bowing to the mind. Good. We're glad you're happy, mind. Excellent. Thank you so much for your part in it. And then we also bow to that ancient wisdom, the wise grandmother, the being, the full silence, the co-creator, the energy, the life. And it's reassurance back to you and to the mind. It's all okay. It's brewing. Your job is just stir and add and use your intuition. You'll just know, you'll get that knowing when you're to add in another piece here. It's all okay. It's all unfolding. And it's gonna be yummy. She's telling you it's gonna be yummy. So you've got the map. I'll do a little bit of add to this with some titles and some color and stuff and get it back to you. You know, the map is not the territory. You do this kind of work yourself, but it's a pale comparison to what went on inside you, but you've got what went on inside you, but this will be a memory device to remind you if you need to be reminded, right? About, oh yeah, it's okay. It's going to be yummy. My job is just follow the magical feeling, drop those things in and just know that there's a process here. And my noun co-creator, I'm in co-creation here with this larger divine intelligence. It's all okay. And it will unfold and it's a magic potion. It'll do its thing down the road. We'll find out more what it's about as all those ingredients get together, but it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's flowing in movement.
Wow, this has been great. This has been really great. This is, whew.
Has been for me too. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, what a
Yeah, yeah,
wonderful,
lots of good stuff here. Lots of really good
wonderful,
stuff came out.
wonderful archetypal energies coming in, and also the, which many of us do, right? The
Yeah.
mind. We don't make it wrong or bad, but let it play. But also realize it's not everything, right? There's this other greater wisdom here is frankly even more valid and more wise, right? And larger and bigger. And we can allow that mind and also allow this largeness to unfold and do its thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really glad we went this route. This was really intuitive of you to do this. I thought you might have said let's do future self, but I've done that with you already,
That's another,
future
we could
self,
we could access it.
and
This is
yeah,
special,
but
Lydia.
this was so much more fun, and I think it was perfect for today.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so too. So thank you. It's always, it's a co-creation, right? We're now just letting it flow through, and this is what happens. So
Yeah.
beautiful, Irene. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Christina. Take care.
Okay, take care too. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.